Hello, soulmates. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Abiola. In our last tutorial, we took the pattern drafting and sewing of this very stylish shirt, and today we'll be attaching the collar. A very easy and lovely method to attach collars. If you are yet to see the pattern drafting and sewing part of this tutorial, I'll have them linked in the description box and in the comment section, so do check it out. It is very beginner friendly. So let us proceed with the drafting of the collar. So mates, if you remember when we were drafting our shirt pattern, we added 0.75 inches extra above the neckline at the placket area, and that was to prevent shortage after folding in the placket. Now that the placket is folded, we need to trim off the excess around the neckline curve so that the neckline sits smoothly and matches perfectly, so that we can proceed to measure around the neckline and attach our collar. So I'll go ahead now to trim off the excess placket just as shown. I would also pick up the second area and trim off that excess so that it matches with the original neck curve. Okay, if we didn't add that extra, we might even be short of fabric, and when you attach your collar, everything will be looking very unprofessional. The next step is to measure around the collar. I'm going to take my time to measure around the collar. Ensure to measure more than once to be sure. Okay, you don't want a situation whereby you are done sewing your collar and you want to attach it and it does not go round. That is going to be very annoying. So try your possible best to measure at least 3 times to be sure. So after measuring, I got 15.625 inches. I'll go ahead to write down the collar circumference, which is 15.625. Okay. Now, grab a small piece of fresh pattern paper and fold it into two, and that's because we'll be drafting our collar on fold. Then go in with your ruler to draw out your starting line. It should be a straight line, okay? Now, that will be our starting point. Go ahead to divide your collar circumference by 2. So 15.625 divided by 2 gives me 7.8125. Sometimes it might be a bit difficult to locate 7.8125 on your tape rule, and that is not a problem at all. You can find your 15.625 on your tape and go ahead to fold it in half so that you can just find the midpoint. Okay, so after folding it in half, that part of the tape that folds, okay, that shows the midpoint. I'm going to take that midpoint and mark exactly on the starting line. And because I am trying to get a straight line, I'm going to mark it at several points, then go in with my ruler to connect all the points to form a straight line. The next step is to draft out our collar stand, and in order to do that, I would have to go up on the center front by 0.5 inch. This step ensures that our collar relaxes better on the neckline. The next step is to locate the midpoint between these 2 points. In order to do that, I'll just go ahead to fold my tape again into 2, and on that folded edge, I would mark the midpoint. On the side front of the starting line, I would go up by 0.25 and I would mark. Then I'll go in with my French curve and connect from the center front to the midpoint, just as shown. And finally, from the midpoint to the side, just as shown. The next step is to determine how high I want my collar stand to be. From the side, I'll go up by 1 inch. That's after the 0.25 we marked earlier. And from the midpoint, I will go up by 1.25 and I would mark. Then finally, I'll go in with my ruler and connect both points together. To give the collar stand a nicer shape and help it relax better, I'm going to go in from this point by 0.25 and I would mark. Then connect to the side with my ruler just as shown. And that is how you draft your collar stand. Now let's go ahead to draft the collar spread. In order to draft the collar spread, the first step is to go in from the side by 1 inch and mark. The next step is to go up on the center front by 0.375. That is the part of the tape just beside half inch, okay? So I am going to go up by 0.375 and I would mark. Then go in with my curve to connect both points together. The next step is to determine the height of the collar spread, and you can customize this however you want. From the middle, I'm going to go up by 2.25. I would mark that. From the side, I'm going to go up by 3.5 inches. I would mark that as well. Like I said, this figure is not constant, but this is for a basic collar. Then I'm going to go in with my ruler to connect from the side to that 1 inch. And finally, I am going to go in with my curve to connect these points together, a slight curve. It is necessary that you make it a slight curve so that this collar relaxes better on your neckline. Do not make it straight at all, okay? And that is how you draft a basic collar. If you want something more dramatic, you can go ahead to customize it from this pattern, okay? The next step is to go ahead to cut out the collar stand and the collar spread, and please watch closely and cut just like I did mine. Now, once you are done cutting out your collar, the next step would be to use this pattern to cut out your collar gum. I'll proceed to label this collar spread and I would label this collar stand. The arrows indicate where it's pointing so that I do not make any mistakes, okay? The next step is to cut out your soft collar gum, okay? This pattern is what we're going to use. I'm just going to place the collar spread pattern and the collar stand pattern on the collar gum, and I'll pin it down, then proceed to just cut it out. After cutting it out, the next step would be to go to the ironing table because we have to iron it on top the fabric that we want to work with. So right now I'll proceed to the ironing table. I'll take out the pattern paper, then go ahead to iron the collar gum on the fabric. After ironing the collar gum, the next step is to add up half an inch allowance round the collar spread and round the collar stand, okay? Except one point, which you would notice, okay? After adding up half an inch round all the pattern, the next step is to cut it out. Then you will notice the part where I did not add any allowance at all, and you should do the same, okay? The part I am cutting right now is where I did not add any allowance at all, and you should do the same. We are going to need 2 pieces of the collar stand and 2 pieces of the collar spread, so we have to cut the second piece. At this point, you can decide to use 2 different fabrics for your collar stand and your collar spread. Just take a look at the one on the screen so that you understand what I mean, okay? So at this point, I'll go ahead to pin down the collar stand and collar spread and proceed to cut it out. One important thing I forgot to mention is that you have to pin them right sides facing each other. Please do not forget that important step. So once I'm done, and once I'm done cutting out, the next step is to notch the midpoint, okay? So what I would do at this point is to fold into 2 and notch the midpoint of both the collar stand and the collar spread just as shown. This step is very important. Please do not skip it. Do not forget to also notch the midpoint of your shirt neckline. Just fold the neckline into 2. Ensure it aligns perfectly. Then go in with your scissors to notch the neckline just as shown. All right, now head over to your ironing table. You are going to fold in the curved edge of just one collar stand, the one that has the collar gum on it. Remember, we cut 2, but it's only the one with gum we are folding right now. Now, let's head over to our sewing machine to attach the collar properly. The first step is to top stitch this curved edge that we just folded. So the first thing we're going to do is to top stitch about 3/8. That is about 0.375 towards the edge. You can just go ahead to just mark 3/8. That's 0.375, just like I said, so that it will guide you. All right. So I just went ahead to mark it round so that when I go to the sewing machine to stitch round, I will be very accurate, okay? I will also go ahead to stitch the collar spread round, just like I've shown you with my hand, okay? So at this point, let's just go ahead to do everything I've said. I'll go ahead to top stitch the 0.375 inch point from beginning to the end. And here is what I have when I was done. The next step is to go ahead to stitch the collar spread round, just like I explained. One key tip here is to ensure that you don't stitch on the collar gum at all. Just stitch very close to it, but do not try to stitch on the collar gum at all. If not, your collar will come out looking very rough and unprofessional, okay? The next step is to go ahead to trim off every excess allowance. And once I'm done trimming the excess allowance, I would also trim off key points at the edge, just as shown. So that by the time we flip it to the right side, it will not be looking too bulky. Do you understand? After flipping your collar stand to the right side, the next thing you want to do is gently poke out the corners, especially that sharp edge that can easily fold in or look soft if you don't push it out properly. You can use something pointy like the tip of your scissors, a pin, or even the back of your pen. Just be careful not to poke through the fabric. This helps the edges come out nice and sharp so your collar looks neat and professionally finished, okay? Next, we are going to top stitch the collar stand. Before top stitching, make sure the seams where we joined the 2 collar stands is sitting right at the edge, not tilting to one side. This helps the top stitch look neat. The next step is to top stitch the collar stand, and we are going to top stitch around using 0.25 inch, that is a quarter of an inch, and we're going to top stitch all the way from one end to the other end, just as shown. Whilst top stitching, ensure that your collar relaxes properly. Pull it properly, if possible, pin just like I'm doing. Okay, so that it's even on both sides. Okay, and I'll just go ahead to finish my top stitch all the way to the other end. Once that's done, the next step is to join the collar stand to the collar spread. And in order to do that, the first step is to unpin the collar stand from one another. Okay, now remember we have two collar stands, the one with the collar gum and the one without the collar gum. Start by placing the collar stand without the collar gum on the table, right sides facing up. Next, pick up your collar stand and open it up to find the side without the collar gum. Okay, that's the side that should be touching the collar stand underneath. Match both pieces together at the notches that we made earlier to mark the midpoint. Finally, take the second collar stand, the one with the collar gum, that's the one we folded earlier, if you remember. Place it on top, right sides facing down. At this point, your collar spread is sandwiched between both collar stands, right? And the one with the collar gum is on top. Make sure all the notches match, then go ahead and pin everything in place before sewing. Now, I am going to sew everything together. I'll start from the middle and sew all the way to the end, okay? As I sew, I am ensuring all the three layers align perfectly. Like I said, one key tip is to stitch close to the collar gum. Do not stitch on the collar gum, okay? So once I'm done stitching till the end, I'll go back to the midpoint and continue stitching from the notched area. I'll continue to align all three pieces together until I get to the end, just as shown. Okay, to avoid bulkiness at this point, I'll go ahead to trim off the excess allowance. Once I'm done trimming off the excess allowance, I'm going to flip it to the right side so that you see what it looks like, and here is what we have. Okay, now it's time to attach this collar to the shirt neckline. All right, now match the midpoint of your collar, the side without the collar gum, to the midpoint of your shirt neckline. Pin it in place to hold it down. Okay, after that, go ahead and pin the two ends, one tip of the collar to one end of the neckline and the other tip of the collar to the other end of the neckline. Pinning the ends helps make sure the collar sits evenly and nothing shifts while sewing. Once everything is pinned, head over to your sewing machine and stitch the collar, okay, to the neckline from one end to the other. I am using 1/2 inch seam allowance here, okay? I am going to take my time to stitch it properly and ensure that everything aligns, okay? After stitching, the next step is to top stitch. Push the seam allowance upwards into the collar and top stitch close to the edge, okay? So this helps the collar sit flat and look more finished. So I'll just take my time to top stitch properly close to the edge, okay, from beginning to the end. Now we're going to finish the rest of the top stitching neatly because there's some parts of this collar we are yet to top stitch, and I'll go ahead to carefully top stitch round the collar stand just as shown. And once I'm done, everything is going to look clean and professional. Finally, take it over to your ironing table and give it a good press so it sits nice and smooth. If you enjoyed this tutorial, hit the like button. If you have questions, drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? I'll see you in the next one. Bye.